It's the Life Gain Challenge, Part 2. What's up, guys? If you'd like to support our content and pick up this month's amazing proxy rewards, please check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/itresolves. What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the Life Gain Challenge Part 2. If you guys do not know what this is, or if you missed Part 1, please go check out the Monday episode. We will, of course, have Part 3 on Friday as well. Essentially, what we have done is tasked our amazing Discord community with a challenge, and that challenge is to get the absolute highest life total that you can possibly get. You do not have to win a game, but it does have to be historic legal. Build a deck around that challenge, and let's put them against each other. Now, the winner will be getting a free mystery proxy pack of 5 proxies. That is right. Our digital altars and our proxies are all up on our website. If you would like to check those out, itresolvesmtg.com. You can check out the whole library there that we have created. Any of them, if you click on them that say available now, are up for grabs. So just as a quick heads up, there's some really awesome ones there. We also, in the Wednesday video, like to give our Discord challenges out to you guys. So the next week's challenge is going to be a token challenge. We're going to see how many tokens we can create. The winner, of course, will be announced on Friday, and they will be getting that free mystery proxy pack. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump into Life Gain Challenge Part 2. Alright, guys, here we are with today's deck, brought to us today by Modern Uro, one of the challengers of the Discard Challenge as well. Did not pick up the win last time, but I have high hopes for today because this list is awesome. This is very similar to the one that we saw from Death's Ace in that it is very centrally life gain focused in creature bases and things like that. However, this has a lot more controlling elements and a little less of the creature elements. Now, to go over this very briefly, we have Ajani's Welcome. Anytime a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain a life. Very similar, we have Soul Warden. This hits for every creature, we gain a life. We've got Authority of the Consuls, so whenever a creature enters the battlefield under the opponent's control, we gain a life. Additionally, that creature enters the battlefield tapped. We do have Legion's Landing here as a way to throw out a token and then ideally flip and be able to create more tokens, which triggers, of course, all the life gain. We have Dawn of Hope to kind of keep us rolling in the right direction. Anytime we do gain life, we can pay 2 to hopefully draw a card and create more soldiers that can hopefully gain us more life. Impassioned Orator gains us a life anytime a creature enters the battlefield under our control. Daxos does the exact same thing. However, whenever a creature dies, we also gain a life. I love it. Revitalize, you gain 3 life and you draw a card. Heliod's Intervention, target player gains twice X life, or destroy X target artifacts or enchantments. My guess is we are not going to be using that one very often. Righteous Valkyrie, one of the best enter the battlefield life gain triggers. Absolutely amazing, just basically gains tons and tons of life throughout the game. And then this really has a token sub-theme with March of the Multitudes being able to throw out a lot of tokens at once. All of them have lifelink, and all of them are going to be hopefully triggering all these little life gain fellas that we've got in the early game. We do have Aetherflux Reservoir as a way to gain life and end the game. Elspeth's Nightmare to throw out some tokens, and then Rhox Faithmender, because if we didn't have enough life gain, why not double it? So that's kind of where we're at this point. As far as the land base goes, I appreciate the thought that went into this one. We've got Castle Ardenvale as a full 4. 5 planes, 2 Castle Garenbrig, 4 of the Pathway lands, and then of course 4 Temple Garden. I don't remember, okay, 19 land. It's a little low on land, but that being said, we only max out at 4, so I'm kind of with it, Modern Uro. Regardless, we're going to put this through 3 best of 1 games in Historic. We're seeing how it goes. I'll keep an eye on how much life we gain. I believe the number to beat this time is 41. Death's Ace did put 41 life on the board in game 2 of his video, so let's try and see if we can beat that today. All right, guys, here we are with our opening hand for game number 1, and it's not the best, but it's actually not bad either. We do have Ajani's Welcome with Dawn of Hope and Daxos that we can play off of these Pathway lands. I think we're going to give this one a shot. We'll see how it goes. It's a little bit slow. We don't have a whole lot of action, but I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be okay. Guys, if you do want to take part in this challenge series, please feel free. You do so just via our Discord, which is obviously free to get into. All you got to do is click the link down below. There is a deck list for stream. That is the channel where we are kind of looking at all of these deck lists and that kind of thing. So please do go check that out. We'd very much appreciate it, of course. Be great to have you guys there and as part of this challenge. It's a really fun challenge. I got a little tired of just trying to like either win or like it's fun to test decks. It's fun to win the game. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's a little more fun to set a random challenge and see if we can make that challenge happen. And it gets you guys involved. It gets you guys building the decks and pitting them against each other. So that way we can give some stuff back to you guys through a challenge. So I just think it's a little more fun. And I'm really stoked to do this here. So what do we need to do? We do need to draw some cards. I'm going to go ahead and just Revitalize. It's a little underwhelming, but we need to hit a land. Unfortunately, we did not, but we do have 24 life, which is a good start, Modern Uro. I'm liking it so far. That Authority of the Consuls is going to hopefully help us a little bit. It looks like they are a ramp deck, so we should be able to ramp into some big stuff. Or, excuse me, to capitalize. Wow, I cannot speak this morning. To capitalize on them ramping into some big stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. Goodness gracious, it's early. All right, let's see what we can do. Interesting you have March of the Multitudes in here when we only have 19 land. I know the Castle Garenbrig is in here, but I don't think that actually works very well. I believe that's only 4 creature spells, correct? Regardless, 19 lands is a little bit sketchy, so we're gonna hopefully get there, but we'll see. Environmental sciences, sure. They are gonna, I assume, attack for 2. I'm gonna write down 24. I expect we will get slightly higher than that, but let's just see how this goes. So we do need a green, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out there. We're also gonna then play Authority of the Consuls and Dawn of Hope. This gets us in for a good bit, so let's go ahead and attack here. We'll get hopefully 2 extra damage in and see what happens. Modern Uro, I really like the tech that you put into this list. The Ajani's Welcome, Authority, Dawn of Hope, all that kind of stuff is really fun in my opinion. And I think there's a key point that we wanted to take away from this deck versus the deck that Death's put together, both of which are very heavily focused on the basic life gain strategy of playing out a lot of stuff, hopefully gaining some life off of it, and then attacking him for the win. The cool thing though about this list, I think, is that it's a little less threatening. And what I mean by that is it's not quite as like heavily creature focused. It's much more get some enchantments down, get a couple of creatures out, and then capitalize on that long term with a March of the Multitudes or something along those lines, which is awesome. The fun thing about that is that the opponent isn't just going to concede because we've got a Daxos on the field or anything like that. Whereas I think Death's Ace, the deck that you played, was obviously very good, don't get me wrong, but had a little bit more of a threatening attitude towards it. And therefore people kind of conceded a little bit faster than maybe we'd like them to. All right, so unfortunately we're seeing the downside of having only 19 lands in the list. I'm actually going to hold off on attacking here. We're not here to win the game. We're here to gain some life. So let's stop that. That way we can get these Lotus Cobras stopping the attacks. We do have a Daxos here as backup in case they kill this. Gain a life. That's kind of nice. They do actually get to draw a card, which kind of sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Very curious to see what their long-term ramp plan is. Karuga is a very cool card, but it's not, I mean, it's only 5 mana. They didn't need all this ramp just for this. So I can only assume they've got something way bigger coming down the pipeline here. But we'll see. Still no land. Sad day. But we do get to drop an Impassioned Orator, which is just nice. It's going to gain us a little bit of life here, which is of course good. But we don't even have the life that we, or the lands that we need to draw an extra card, which is kind of the bad part about this. And we're back up to 24, which is something. It's definitely something. Let's see. So we can double block the Karuga if we need to, as well. I don't love that play, but it does technically work. I've got another replicating ring, sure. The good news is they can't just sneak out a massive attack because of the authority of the Consuls. Here we go. All right. Yep. Also, I don't like that this constantly asks us. I guess we can convoke it, but that's not very good with only 3 mana. That doesn't actually do anything for us. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna take the 5. They're gonna get the replicating rings out. That's fine. And I assume we're gonna lose here at some point, given that they basically just get to keep doing this. But we'll see. We'll see, guys. This is a very cool list by the opponent, by the way. I really like this. Resolve, sure. I'd like to save these creatures for the March of the Multitudes as best we can here. We do have to be careful because we don't want to take too much damage and just outright lose, but it's okay if we do. We'll see. So far, though, our life total has only gotten up to 24, which is not great. Modern Uro, I think we can do better for sure. I think if we had hit more of our lands, we would have been in great shape, to be honest. Put the rest on the battlefield. Okay. They're going to get 4 creature cards. Let's see. What do they have in hand? So we shuffle 2 of these away. I'm going to shuffle this and this away. And they get these 2. That didn't seem all that exciting, to be honest. That could have been a lot worse for us, so I'm kind of okay with that. I mean, Quandrix's Cultivator gets them another land, and then they have a Lotus Cobra, which is fine because it doesn't actually do anything. That didn't seem all that bad. That's kind of fine by me. Do they have an extra turn? They do. They did not attack. Curious, because they did attack the turn before. That seems a little odd. Oh, nice. Lithoform engine's very cool. Okay, they just didn't attack. That's fine by me. So let's Legion's Landing here. That's going to gain us some life. Do we want to... Part of me really wants to, if I'm honest. I'm going to. We need some more lands here, guys. We really need some more lands. I'm going to pass. They have the Faithmender, or we have the Faithmender, which is good, but again, we're not doing anything yet. We need a 4th land. Ooh, that's very scary. Scoot Swarm is terrifying, if I'm honest. And they get 2 of them down. Oh, actually, all right. Maybe not. Maybe it's not as terrifying as we thought. Interesting. We're just gonna block here and take 3. So we did set a new high. We're at 23, which is pretty good. But I think, or 26, excuse me, which I think we can do better. Let's see. So if we do that, it's not great. I really wish we had more lands. We can attack with all 3 creatures, which would flip the Legion's Landing. To be fair, but it doesn't seem necessarily ideal. And I see the reason why you only have 19 lands, I suppose, given the Legion's Landing, but we only have 2 of them. I'm gonna attack in. We need to flip this. They can very easily, I mean, they could even triple block the Daxos if they wanted, but it looks like they're just gonna take it, which is fantastic. I'm gonna decline that because I would like to play Elspeth here. And what we're going to do is just go ahead and spit out a couple extra tokens. This is going to gain us a decent amount of life as well, which gets us to a new high, which is 30. I like that. All right, Modern Uro, we're getting somewhere. I like it. That land really helps a lot because we were very held up with the lands. So, okay. They can copy this. So they're going to get 2 extra turns here, which is terrifying, if I'm honest, but it is what it is. And then I assume they're going to start attacking Elspeth here. I'm not going to block. Here's the trick. Elspeth is going to die regardless because they have 2 extra turns to attack Elspeth. So I'm not really terrified about or all that upset about losing her. I think the trick now is just we need to... Ooh, that's terrible. Terrible. Wow. I was going to say terrifying and terrible at the same time. The only trick is we actually get more life because of this. So it's not terrible, I suppose, for us, but it's not the worst. All right, so because of the opponent's deck, we might actually be okay. We're gaining a good bit of life just off of their creatures here. This is such an interesting list. I really like it. So they are going to be able to draw a bunch of cards here too. Which again, isn't terrible for us because... they have the destroy. That's a little bad for us because they can take out the authority of the Consuls. All right, so what do we end up to? We're at 36 now. Again, 41 is the number to beat here. So Modern Uro, we're getting close, but I do expect they kill that authority here very, very soon. I'm gonna write down 36 just so we have that total in our head. Yep, there it is. Thankfully, well, they get to attack next turn for a lot. Like a lot. Okay, yeah. This is a long first game also. This is hilarious. All right. So I'm assuming we are just gonna die here, right? They've still got an extra turn and they've got all this. Yeah, you know what, guys? I'm going to go ahead and concede, if nothing else, to save us a little bit of time. 36 is a very good number, Modern Uro, though. Very, very happy to see that, but they definitely were going to win that turn. So we're going to go ahead and jump into game 2. All right, guys, here we are. Game 2 is here, and honestly, this is not an amazing hand again. It's a little bit lackluster just in terms of not having a ton to do. But it does set us up very, very well with the double Ajani's Welcome and the Dawn of Hope. I'm going to try it. Again, this may not be the best keep, but I thought, you know, we got all the setup pieces. Keep in mind, guys, 41 is the life total to beat. We put up a respectable 36 life, though, in that first game, so I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see if we can do a little better this time. Modern Uro, I do like the list. I definitely think lands are the issue, but that is okay. Let's go ahead and throw this out there. This is going to gain us a couple life, get us up to 22, which is not bad. We'll throw that land out there tapped, so we're not taking some excess damage. Merrileaf Sprite, or Pixie, excuse me. That's an interesting one. Don't normally see this. There are a lot of other mana rampers out there that I find maybe slightly better, but looks like Bant is what they're going for here. That's interesting. Very interesting. All right, there's a Revitalize. That's not bad. I think we honestly play the Revitalize right now. So if we do get a land off the top, we can play it. And there we go. We did it. That's absolutely perfect. So now we are up to 23. And I'll be honest, Modern Uro, this is a much better start than the previous game. Unfortunately, the previous one just wasn't really cutting it. I mean, we did okay in the end because of the opponent's deck, I think, most of all. But I think now we're doing a lot better. Okay, so what is the play here? We can just spit out a 1/1, which would gain us 3 life, worth noting. But is that truthfully what we want to do, or do we want to go for this, get a little bit more, or just Heliod's Intervention? I think we save on the Heliod's Intervention, to be honest. I think let's do the March of the Multitudes here. This is going to gain us a decent amount of life. We can pay with Convoke, so that's going to give us 3 creatures, which gives us a lot, 6 life, 9 life, excuse me. I can't count. But that gets us very, very up there, to be honest. We're at 32 now. Doing pretty well this game. Granted, we're going to take a lot from this Elder Gargaroth, which is a little scary, but we're doing okay. I think we can definitely beat the previous record, potentially, with this Heliod's Intervention. We could tap it for 3, which would gain us 6 life, get us close, not quite there. I'm going to say no blocks, actually. The reason being, this has Trample. So while we do save technically a decent, basically 2 damage with this, it's not really that great. They're going to get rid of that Dawn of Hope, which is probably for the best on their end. That's not bad. Rhox Faithmender actually is pretty awesome here. We gain twice that life every single time now, which is very, very good. I'm going to say no attacks, though. We are going to leave things up on defense. Heliod's Intervention with Rhox Faithmender seems very good. I'll be honest, that seems really solid. All right, the Great Henge, sure. And keep in mind, guys, again, we are not here to win the game. We are here to gain the life. And we're doing a pretty solid job of that. So Modern Uro, well done. Let's see how this goes. They're going to draw an extra card. I'm going to go ahead and block here. This is going to keep our life total a little bit extra padded here because we do gain 2 life, not just the 1. Oh. Interesting. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna do this. This doubles the double. That's 41 life right there, guys. We are at 41. That is the total that we need, but we do have to beat it. If there is a tie, you both will get it. Do not worry. You both will get that mystery proxy pack. But I'll be honest, Deathsace, I think Modern Uro might be able to take you out on this one because that Heliod's Intervention doubled 3 times is gonna do pretty well, I think. But we'll see. We will see. I have hopes. I have very high hopes. Interesting. Okay. That's actually not the worst thing for us, so I'm actually okay with that. And again here, I'm gonna happily block with these because we're gonna gain a good bit of that life back by doubling the double. We gain 4 life each time, which keeps us at a healthy 36. That's pretty solid. Oh my gosh. Guys, what is this? I'm gonna do it. We have to go for it. All right, 60 life. We are at 60, which means Modern Uro, you are officially taking the lead here. Holy crap. 3 Rhox Faithmenders all on the battlefield at the same time with a Heliod's Intervention and oh no, no. Okay, well at least they still only take 1 of them. That's not the end of the world. That's very good by the opponent to have that, but still, we got up to 60. You are officially in the lead, my friend, and we'll see if we can do any better. I want to give you the best shot possible, and with this Heliod's Intervention in hand, I have to imagine we can do some pretty solid life gain tactics here in just a second, so we will see. Wow. I'm glad that this has worked out the way it has, because, ooh, oh god. That's also very, very good. Okay, so keep in mind here, guys, we could actually use the Heliod's Intervention to kill some of these artifacts and enchantments, which is pretty solid, and I think we might actually be in need of doing that. Let's see, we can destroy 3. I kind of like that play. So here's the deal. Here's the thing. We can get rid of this, this, and this. This is going to get rid of all 3 of these, which are all very, very good on the opponent's end. This is going to give us a creature back, which is going to trigger the Faithmenders again. Or, excuse me, the life gain here again. Oh, no, they have Dovin's Veto. No! Oh, man. Wow. That was such a really solid play, though. Good on the opponent for having that Dovin's Veto. Gotta give them props. They did the right thing. We are definitely going to die here, though, at some point. They just have so much good stuff. We can block these 4/4s, and we certainly will, just to save ourselves as much life as we can without losing any of our stuff. And they may have something to buff these up, and if they do, they've got it. But We're still taking a butt ton of damage. Still only down to 20 or 27, excuse me. It's not bad. Ooh, they have Death Touchers? Wow. That's random, but I'm in. So here's the question. Do they have another Dovin's Veto? Chances are yes. Oh, man. The opponent has a very cool deck, not gonna lie. All right, so how many... We can do this for 6? Let's just see what happens. If we lose it, we lose it. If they have the Dovin's Veto, there's nothing we can do. But they didn't. Let's see what we get. Let's see how much life we get here, guys. 99. Modern Uro. Almost in triple digits, my friend. Almost in triple digits. I mean, we're still dead. Let's be very clear. Look at their board. There is no way we win this game, but we are at 99 life, and that is amazing. There we go. They've got it. I'm going to go ahead and throw the good game at them. They're going to destroy all creatures. Wow. And yeah, let's let them do their thing. They earned it, right? This is one of those things where you got to let them just do their thing. They've got a really cool, strong board. Let them enjoy the attack. We're still alive. 35 life. Granted, that's not going to be enough, but that's still really cool. We'll see what the last card is here, and we'll call it quits. It's a land. We'll go ahead and spit out. All right, guys, so that is the end of game 2, setting a new record at 99. Let's see if we can do that one better in game 3. All right, guys, here we are for game number 3, hoping to get into triple digits this time. Let's see if we can do it. This is a pretty strong hand, honestly, given the deck that given the number of lands this deck has. I kind of just want to keep any 3-lander, so that way we know we can at least get to like Righteous Valkyrie range. The Faithmender is sitting at 4, so we are going to need a 4th land for that one. This does mean we're probably going to have to shock ourselves on turn 1 to get the Authority down, but I think that's worth it. Authority is a really oppressive card for certain decks, especially if we happen to be against something like a mono red deck or something like that. The Authority here can really shut that down. And like the Goblins decks, stuff like that, like, man, we can do some work against them. So we're going to keep this. We're going to see how it goes. We'll see what the opponent decides to do with their hand as well. But I'm liking this start. Modern Uro, you have put together a fantastic deck, my friend. Very much enjoying it. I would take a second peek at the land count, but other than that, I think we're doing all right. So I'm very, very happy with it. Opponent kind of taking a while here. They're still deciding, I assume? They're taking quite a while. Sir Thomas, my friend. Why you taking so long? I wonder if they just like queued up and then left. Okay, no, they're here. All right. Let's see how it goes, guys. I dropped my pen. Pardon. I got it. I did it. All right, let's see what they can do here. Starting off with blue. Interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. We'll pay the 2. We're going to play the Authority turn 1. This should gain us that life back with that we lost with the Shockland. It's not perfect, obviously, but it does give us an option. We can play Temple Garden tapped turn 2. That's going to give us a very free tapped land there, and then Castle Ardenvale can come in untapped to play that Valkyrie on turn 3. So we've got a solid plan. Starting off strong. I like it. Both blue lands. That's very interesting. There's the Ajani's welcome. I mean, we're going to go ahead and play it out, because why not? They could probably have a negate or something along those lines here. But I mean, if they negate an Ajani's welcome, I don't really care that much. It's bad for us, but it's not the end of the world. So we'll be good. Let's see. Opponent really thinking they are, I mean, as you probably should more often than I do, they are going to negate it. Wow. They're taking their time to make their decisions, which is not a bad thing. I mean, truthfully, that's what you should do more often than not. I'm going to assume we're running into a counterspell, but we're here just to play stuff out. We need to at least give it a shot, so let's do it. I'm assuming they do have, yeah, reject, sure. That is a big one to reject, though. That Righteous Valkyrie is so powerful. And there's a Daxos. We'll give it a shot. Probably running into another counter, but we got to make him burn it. And honestly, eventually we've got a lot bigger payoffs like March and Heliod's intervention to just gain us a ton of life here. So I think it's worth it just to try. Thassa's intervention. Okay. So they're going to leave that Daxos there. They could probably bounce it. If I had to guess, they've probably got a way to bounce Daxos back, but that's fine. No, they have bind the monster. Interesting. That's actually kind of okay with me. I don't particularly care about that. Let's get the Faithmender out, or at least try again. I'm assuming they have a counter. This is a mono blue list, so I'm very much not expecting us to land a lot of stuff here. But we do have another Faithmender in hand, so we'll see what we can do. Let's see. Shark Typhoon. They just get to... Wow, very good. Very, very good. Okay, so how do we want to play this is the trick. I think we need that Faithmender out. This gains us a lot of extra life, and it doubles all that life, and I think that that's very good. That Reservoir is tricky. I do kind of want to play that, but we also have the intervention to deal with this Shark Typhoon if we need to at some point, so something to keep in mind here. Love the tech with Heliod's intervention, by the way, Modern Uro. Great addition. Not only does it gain us a lot of life, but on the flip side, we can destroy things like that Shark Typhoon, and in that last game, despite them having a counter, it would have been a very, very good play to have been able to destroy a lot of that stuff. Get our other Faithmender back, we would have been in amazing shape. But it's all good. Let's see how they do. Opponent really taking the time to think. They've only got 2 cards in hand. I can't imagine they've got a lot of stuff here. But that's okay. Again, they're taking their time as they should. There's nothing wrong with that. We can actually use this intervention to kill that Bind the Monster as well. If we'd like to. All right, so how do we want to do this? I'm going to try for the Reservoir. I assume, nah, it's not going to get countered. Let's attack in. This gains us a little extra life. We're at 22. Not doing super well on the life gain end of things, but the opponent seems to be kind of burnt out at this point. There doesn't seem to be a lot that they have. This Heliod's intervention is going to be able to take out these 2 things. They didn't play anything last turn, which means they didn't have a draw spell, I assume. I don't see why they wouldn't have played it if they did have it. So seems kind of odd to me, but we'll see how it goes. The only worry with attacking in with that Faithmender is if they had a big spell and they could play something off of Shark Typhoon. Sure. Okay. So we can kill 2 enchantments here if we would like. And I would like. So let's do it. Let's kill 2. You and you. Autopay. Get rid of both of those. Get our Faithmender back. They do have a 5/5 Shark, which is scary. And then they gave up. Well, I mean... Part of me doesn't want to count that, but the reality is, like, we played a good, solid game there. Kind of sucks that they just gave up, but it is what it is. I think we're going to keep that. I think we're going to keep it, guys. So let's go ahead and jump into a summary very quickly. All right, guys. So first of all, Modern Uro, congratulations. You are officially in the lead with a score of 99 life. That is pretty awesome. Game 2 was really, really good. Game 1 was pretty good as well. Game 3... we won, which is good, but we really only got to like 25 life, which isn't as exciting as maybe the rest of them. But regardless, very, very good suggestion. Again, thank you so much. Check out that land base next time, because I do think we could have had 1 or 2 extra and we would have been in amazing shape. Almost every game, I think we could have been much better off. But regardless, a very fun deck. I love the tech you put in there, and congratulations for being in the lead. Guys, as a reminder, next week is Tokens Week. We are going to do our best to get as many tokens as possible in Historic. I'll share that out in the Discord as well, so you guys can start throwing those deck lists in there. If you're not already in the Discord, please check out the link below. As a reminder as well, we do have our Modern Horizons 2 giveaway going on right now. Please do check that out if you would like to get a free bundle. There is a way to get it. So congratulations again to Modern Uro. Absolutely stoked to see the Friday list. We've got a couple good contenders. I haven't fully decided which one I want to do yet. So we'll check that out, and you guys will see on Friday what we end up with. But guys, thank you so much for being a part of this challenge series. I hope you guys are enjoying it. We'll see you guys hopefully very soon with another challenge video. I'll see you guys then.